Hey, welcome to yet another Clockwork Empires video. This time, I thought I would try a colony in the other biome, the tropical jungle biome. And immediately we can see, wow, we are beset by like a herd of giant beetles. Well, that's one thing about the jungle biome. You will see different fauna. And before I unpause the game and get the game started, I am going to get some hunting done. Set these guys to hunt. Flag these guys for hunting. So one thing about the jungle biome, or another thing about the jungle biome, is that, and the most significant difference in my opinion, is the prevalence of fishmen. So on both maps, tropical and temperate, there are passive fishmen just sort of dotting the map, the entire map, underneath the fog of war. And, you know, they're aggressive if you uncover them, but otherwise they just hang out there doing their own thing. And look at my soldiers go. Let's butcher this bad boy. Oh, there's a problem. All the soldiers are away. And there are fishmen attacking my colony. I haven't even begun... I actually better rally them back. So one thing I didn't cover in my initial Amateur's Guide to Clockwork Empires videos previously was how a Fishman raid works mechanically, or in-game mechanics, basically. In the temperate biome, there's a non-cumulative 1 in 3 chance, 1 in 3 probability that a raid will occur on a given day. In the jungle biome, that chance, that probability is actually 1 in 2, which means it's on any given day it's more probable that a Fishman attack will occur. So that's one thing. However, there is an internal value called fish anger that affects the magnitude of a Fishman raid. Basically, as you do things, certain things you can do will increase Fishman anger. And the higher that value, the more raiders there will be. Which is, you know, generally bad for your colony. Things that you do that make fish people angry include killing Fishmen non-raiders, so those passive fishmen that dot the landscape. Killing raiders who attack you during a wave is not supposed to make them extra angry, but it does. Another thing you can do to make fishmen angry is to harvest eggs from the edge of the water. Now it's not the actual harvesting of the eggs that makes them angry. It's them seeing the angry nest, the empty nests from which you've taken eggs. Oh, somebody just died. Yep. Well, that was my own fault. I sent my soldiers off to chase down and shoot those beetles, and they happened to cross a bunch of fishmen, and he died too far for his fellow soldiers to support him. So now I am short a soldier, and I haven't even begun my colony. Well, that's my own fault. So the thing about Fishman raids is that for each day, I'd better turn off hunting jobs for these guys. For each day that a raid does not occur, no, hunting jobs are off. Oh, they're chasing this fishman. For each day that a raid does not occur, fish anger increments up, which means, you know, you might not have a raid on day 1 or day 2 or day 3, but that means the raid you do get on day 4 will be extra big. Anyway, that's just the way Fishman raids are set up for now. I don't think this is the final form they'll see in the final game. They're just there to give you a persistent threat during this beta build. The devs say there are supposed to be more subtle interactions with fish people and cultists and things, rather than just killing them. Despite all evidence to the contrary, I'll probably be speaking less during this playthrough, as I don't really feel I need to cover the basic mechanics of play this time. Let's assign, actually let's assign a militiaman in this squad. Yeah, I don't feel, you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk. I can just watch how this game goes. I'm sure I'll talk enough anyway. Explore beacons. Explore beacons are a little bit buggy too. If you, as I like to do, if I plunk explore beacons in the, I guess you can't see my pointer unfortunately. Plunk down explore beacons in the, like on the edges of the fog of war, Explorer will, and there are 4 of them, right? Explorer will go around in a circuit and hit all of them, you know, explore all these areas, which is cool, but the explore beacons don't go away when your Explorer does that, which means your Explorer keeps exploring forever. With one exception. If there was only one Explore beacon, then your Explorer will go to it, explore around it, and then the Explore beacon will erase itself, and your Explorer will probably return to the center of town. So it's just a little bit of inconsistent behavior, and I'm sure, you know, devs will look at it. By the way, this is build 32B. It's an experiment. Who just died? What were you doing out here? Oh, and she was an overseer. Gotta reorganize my work crews. Fair enough. How am I doing for commodities? I'm very, very short on wood. That's another difference in the tropical biome. There's a shortage of good quality wood. See these palm trees? They don't produce a lot of wood. Only these hardwood, tropical broadleaf ones do. These coconut palms produce no wood at all. And in fact, you can't harvest them the same way you would harvest a tree, because you forage these guys for coconuts. Given my shortage of work crews, now that I'm minus an overseer and a couple of colonists, I'm not going to queue up too many more jobs. So what I like to do with explore beacons, once I know the area's been explored, I will cancel a job. And you'll see now it's gone from the job queue. Beetles. By the way, these white blobby things, that's, they changed the graphics for raw beetle steak, which you get from killing beetles. They no longer look exactly like auroch steak. It's basically bug meat, like, still stuck to the shell. Which is cool. I like having visual variety. Let's build us a kitchen. Let's give it an interesting shape. As usual, I'm going to go with 5 stoves, 3 of which are stone ovens, and 2 of which are small ovens. So I don't use up all my, like, iron tubes and stuff. But I still have enough stoves to cook a whole bunch of food simultaneously. And you'll see me plinking down cots, just random buildings, like, everywhere. Definitely need more, well, 3 of anyone. I don't need any more overseers, I don't think. But I got one anyway. So I got 1 overseer, 1 worker, and I think I might have got a middle or upper class immigrant. It's probably in here somewhere. Plank making has commenced. Still need more wood, or logs, I should say. As usual, I'm going to separate out my stockpiles into food and non-food, just so I can see how much food I have at a moment's glance. Ooh, what is this? A jungle fowl. Ooh, it's a bunch of jungle fowl. Let's hunt you guys with my soldiers. Go get them, boys. In your own time, I'm sure. Oh, this jungle is teeming with wildlife. Well, that's good. Hopefully we won't run into any food issues as we play. So again, long-term goals, I think I can consider this colony a success if I am eventually able to make booze, pie, and guns. But that's, you know, that's counting my chickens before they're hatched. We'll see if we even survive that long. It's quite enough hunting for now, gentlemen. Need you back on guard duty. Ooh, airdrop. Let's see. I think I'm going to take food. Mighty short on food. Not going to assign a crew to the kitchen yet, since I have no ovens. I've encountered a fishman at the edge of civilization. Let's see if Rooster Cordhewer survives his encounter with the strange fishmen of the tropical biome. Unfortunately, fleeing tends to happen in straight lines, which means if they happen to be running away from town, or not on a path that intersects town, it's not impossible for the chase to go on forever, as pursuer and victim run forever, until they hit the edge of the world. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. What is more likely is that his straight line run will run him into more fishmen, and then in tandem they will work to kill him, stab him to death. That aside, though, I think the foundation of the colony of New Sogwood has gone without too much of a hitch. I'm going to wait until the kitchen is further along before I start building probably a bunkhouse, somewhere for my colonists to sleep. I'm going to get a couple more bunks here and there, though. That'll do. See how the infinite chase is doing. Yep. Off to the edge of the world. At least this area is getting explored. I know where I can find some clay later. Actually, I do need more planks. Queue up 5 more. I'm still very short on wood. I think I'm going to be chronically short of wood. Just because of the nature of the jungle. Once you get to a slightly later stage in development, then your buildings will still need wood. Oh, they finally caught up to... what was this guy's name? Gordon? Rooster. I don't know why I called him Gordon. Well, good night, Rooster. We hardly knew ye. This is another thing that happens. When pursuits reach the edge of the world, and there's nowhere else for them to run, they'll just... the AI bugs out. And they just stand there and get beaten to death. And I have a wave of 3 fishmen attacking the colony. Fortunately, I think all my soldiers are here and not off hunting. Fishmen incoming from the northeast. I'll leave the soldiers to their job. I think we do need a farm. We should get a farm running. Grow some chilies. And given our limited number of work crews, we're going to have to live with 1 farm for now. When we get more crews, I'll consider a second one. I'm going to start cooking food. Got some ovens working, completed. Let's see, we've got a ton of... For now I'm just going to queue up generic, like, any old ingredient stew. Later on when I need to worry about saving maize to make chicha with, then I'll consider queuing up specific recipes so that specific certain foods are not used. But for now, I just need food in mass quantities, and it doesn't matter what goes into stew. I believe we fended off the Fishman invasion. Let's cancel this derelict explorer beacon. Did I assign a crew here? I did not. Mr. Crumwick, you're in charge of cooking stew. Got a little blood all over our chili plantation, no big deal. Oh, wave of immigrants. What do we need? More colonists. What did we get? I did not need 2 more overseers. Oh. Oh, this man has an interesting name, Mr. Great Fight Thin. Someone was just beaten to death. But I can no longer click on and locate their body because the fishmen have probably turned her into raw meat. Oh, somebody got chased way the hell out here. Once again, pursuing someone to death has revealed a significant part of the map. How are we doing for work crews? 1, 2, 3. We have 4 overseers with no workers whatsoever. Our worker-overseer balance is a little bit off. Actually, that's something that's particular to revision 32B. Chance to receive overseers randomly amongst 2 or 3 random immigrants was increased. And you also start the game with an additional overseer. That's being adjusted back down, I believe, for future revisions. Just so we can avoid the problem of too many overseers, not enough workers. So overall, the jungle biome is a harsher climate, harsher environment than the temperate biome, which makes building and sustaining a colony more difficult. But that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't want every map to be the same, right? We seem to be doing okay for food. No need to hunt, but it's nice to know that there's a herd of beetles. Is there a collective name for a bunch of beetles? Like a herd of cows, a flock of geese? Oh, someone is discussing mysterious things. My useless aristocrats, Ada Squeers. And she was talking to Minerva Chuzzlewit, who's been seeing a lot of fishmen killing lately. Now that's to be expected, I guess. Did I order anyone to... No, I did not. So these stone ovens require rough stone blocks. However, I did not order any of my colonists to mine me up some stone. So I have no materials for those ovens, and in fact I can't see any stone on the map. Nope, that's not stone. It's way too far away. What's this? So these gray rocks with black highlights are sphalerite, and they give us zinc, which we need for like ammunition and stuff. I'm gonna have to do some exploring. Hopefully there's some stone deposits close by. And ask an explorer to look in these areas to uncover these foggy areas. Well, we've managed to produce some food. Cult activity. Well then, since my colonists are not busy building stone ovens, I'm going to set them to work, start them on the ceramics workshop. I have no stone, so I'm going to build a ceramics workshop with brick and steel plate, or I should say iron sheets. Let's get some doors in here. I like to put doors on the front and back of most of my buildings so that fleeing colonists can use them as walls, because fishmen cannot use doorknobs. So colonists can enter buildings and fishmen cannot. Oh, I see culty talk going on. Alright, oh, what's going on here? Ada just likes, she's not a cultist, she just likes talking about cults. Fish people. 3 fish people incoming. Fair enough. Supplies. I think I'm good for food, finally. Guns, I think I'm okay with. I will definitely take materials, though, because I can't find any rock. Oh, here we go. I'm not too concerned about these explore jobs, since they only make one colonist busy. That's the explorer. I see this hunt order I cancelled earlier is still in the job queue though, but because nobody has hunting enabled, it also will not busy any work crews. Let's see. Building. So one of these constructions is building the ceramics workshop. The other one is building the stone ovens. There's a job farming, tilling the soil, and someone's cooking. Where are the rest of my soldiers? There are fish people chopping it. Well, my explorer found fishmen. I see. These soldiers are too busy hauling long pork. Oh, good. Minerva Chuzzlewit, who is the only soldier on duty, managed to die. The reason I'm disappointed in those other 2 soldiers who are hauling slabs of meat back is because they were hauling long pork. So long pork is what you get when you slaughter a human corpse, right? And just like any other meat, you can cook it into steaks, you can put it in your stew, although I really advise you do not. What it means is that the soldiers went all the way to the ass end of the map where one of my colonists died after fleeing from a fishman, and they began hauling back the meat that was left from his corpse. This is problematic for a number of reasons. First of all, because in the current build, soldiers who are hauling things cannot fight back. There's no behavior that makes a colonist... Oh, they're stomping on my chilies. And, oh, my NCO, even better. My NCO, commander of my military, has died. You see how this is a self-perpetuating problem, unfortunately? Right now I'll take 3 of anyone. So my NCO, after fleeing from a fishman, has died in a distant land and has been rendered down into long pork. Now my colonists, looking for hauling jobs, where's my town, are also going to travel to the ass end of the map to pick up the long pork that her corpse left behind. Oh, they're offering me an NCO because I ran out. Colonists looking for hauling jobs will go all the way to the edge of the map and try and bring back the long pork, which I don't want them eating in the first place. And I definitely don't want them traveling halfway across the map to pick it up, to bring back to the stockpile. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I have, I'm going to assign 1 colonist per overseer. I have way more overseers than I need. Somebody else has just died. Man, how many colonists did we start with? 20-something, or was it 30? Maybe it was 16. Maybe it wasn't quite so bad. What's going on here? My new NCO has delivered a fishman gun as the spine gun to our stockpile. He's run back into town, followed by a fishman holding a long pork steak. And it seems everyone has forgotten how to use guns. Oh, 1 soldier's on the job. Oh, I don't want to watch this. Beaten to death with a steak. Oh good. The soldier who died because he put down his gun was my only military commander again. And I just lost another overseer. Well, let's look at our current situation. Things are looking dire for new sogwood. I've got a fair number of corpses that need taken care of now. Build a graveyard out here. Well, this is not an irrecoverable situation. Although we are certainly down to fewer colonists than we started with at this point. Current job retreating. That makes me sad. So the only crew that was in the kitchen lost its overseer, leading to no food being cooked. Oh dear, another fishman attacking the middle of town, and not a soldier in sight. What's this man up to? Oh look, another overseer was killed. Fidelia Ironthump. My only NCO. Now I have no military presence at all. Excellent. I'm going to have to get creative here. All of you, you are my standing militia. I will take the NCO. One interesting quirk is that individual colonists are allowed to... Basically, ammunition is carried on a person rather than in a weapon. I've just paused here for a second. What that means is that if somebody puts down a gun and somebody else picks up that gun, they will not have any bullets to fire in that gun. This is a problem when you spontaneously assign, a bunch of militia in response to an emergency, and they all grab guns out of the stockpile. They're not going to have any bullets. Also, the game's gotten a little bit choppy. Well, fair enough. This was not a sterling start, but well, I think I've given you a taste of what life in the jungle biome is like. Maybe I'll revisit this in future, but as you can see, it was pretty bloody difficult to get established here. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I do have other videos on the channel if you're interested in seeing how the game works mechanically in a less difficult setting. All right, my name is Alfred, and I will see you around.